Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, college basketball fans, and a little bit of football across the nation and around the world. This is Tim May with the Tim May Show, featuring Clay Hall. But Clay sometimes needs a helper. And we've got a caddy extraordinaire for him today. As a matter of fact, we may let him take some shots. JJ Sullinger, welcome to the Tim May Show, featuring Clay Hall, my man.
Guys, thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited. I'm real excited.
Well, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and Clay all of a sudden came up with it and got a hold of you. I mean, I really like your commentary about things in general, but Ohio State basketball in particular, occasionally on Twitter, because I always think you hit the nail on the head when everybody is trying to take the nail and break it. You follow my drift, and that's why I got you in, man. Clay facilitated it, but just in a nutshell, as we record this is a Wednesday afternoon, March the what is this? March the 4th.
It's Jared's birthday.
It's Jared's birthday.
Yeah,
is it?
Yep, he's 34 today.
That's your baby brother, right?
34.
His baby brother's 30. See, I always say my baby brother's 68. He's halfway there. Jared is, and he's right. What? As we speak, he's in China, right?
Yeah, he's in China. Yep, playing ball. He's this is his 14th year.
Wow.
14th year professionally. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, how many knee braces does he wear now?
4.
Yeah. 4. You think I'm kidding, folks, but it beats you up going up and down the court. But it's funny. I was telling you, JJ, he literally lives like a half mile or quarter mile from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because he's in the neighborhood they built all around where I live, where I've lived for 40 years and stuff out in Hilliard. And what a great guy, great family he's got. I like how he goes by Jared Sullinger Sr.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He took that from Dad because, he's James Sr. He goes by Satch, but he's really James Sr. Yeah. That's why JJ James Jr.
By the way, Satch Sullinger, ladies and gentlemen, a legend in high school coaching, basketball coaching in Central Ohio. And we're wishing him well because he just had hip replacement.
Yeah, he got his hip tuned up, man. This is a second round on a hip replacement. He's ready to get out on that golf course this summer.
There you go. I hope he makes it. My buddy Moose Spahn, Paul Moose Spahn. You remember Moose from Channel 10? I think he's had a couple of knee replacements, but he had one knee replacement break on him, which gave me the will because we play golf all the time, and so he had to get that replaced. I just go, I can't think of anything that would be much more gruesome than having a knee replacement breaking and having to get it fixed. But he went through it and he came out the other end and stuff. He's dealing with a few more challenges right now, and I wish him luck. But the bottom line is we're going to be back on the golf course this year. We missed a lot of time last year, but nobody cares about that. I care about Satch. And I did want to ask you this before I forget to ask you. Mm-hmm. Satchel Paige got his nickname. His name was, I forgot what his real name was, but he went by, Satchel Paige, the legendary African-American pitcher who never got that shot in the major leagues till he was probably 65 years old. He could still bring it. But he got his nickname because he and a bunch of his buddies hung around the train station back when trains were big, and they would try to carry people's luggage, like a concierge or bellhop from the train to wherever, the conveyance they were using to get to wherever they were going. And he would always grab the ones with handles because he could carry a bunch more, and they basically called them satchels.
Yeah.
And that's how you got the name Satchel Paige. Is your dad nickname come from Satchel Paige, or does it just come out of nowhere?
No, not at all. But the stories are kind of similar. So my grandfather, Harold Sullinger.
Is that right?
Yes, that is.
Okay,
so
you'll explain it.
So Harold Sullinger played basketball before blacks were allowed to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
So he played for the Sioux City Colored Ghosts. And they had nicknames. And my grandfather's hands were so big that they called him Harold Suitcase Sullinger because it looked like he had suitcases in his hands when he walked. So the next name after came Satchel. And my dad went by the name Satch. We also had I had a uncle named Harold Jr. who went by Brief because he's the briefcase. And
I like that.
I was next in line, man, with Duffel, and they called me Duff for like maybe 5 minutes, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, Yeah.
Duff never stuck, but I do have some friends in Texas that still call me Duff to this day.
So it was the firstborn. I mean, what did Jared get a nickname?
He was going to be Purse, but he was supposed to be a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm sure he likes that being brought up often.
Yeah, and then my oldest son, Jalen, he's Backpack. We call him Backpack sometimes. So,
man,
yeah.
I like it. I mean, I really like it. That's called tradition right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, boy, wishing Satch Sullinger all the best. And, and I know everybody's people who've had all these. I mean, Jim Trustle's wife, Ellen had hip replacement, and boy, just made a huge difference in her life. I fell the other day about a couple of months ago at my daughter's place in Sneads Ferry, North Carolina. I was down there watching her house because it's a long story. Her significant other's a captain in the Marine Corps, and they were in California. So I volunteered. But anyway, I'm coming down the stairs, getting ready to leave, and I missed the last stair, and I fell, and I'm 71, going to be 72 here before you know it. And man, I've never fallen like that. And I did it because I did something stupid. It wasn't because I'm just like losing it. And I landed on my right hip, and I laid there for like a minute going, oh my God, did you just do something super stupid?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The pain finally went away about a week ago,
Okay.
but nothing broke because I drove home and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, gosh, my bottom line is you got to watch it when you become your dad and my age. By the way, how old's Satch?
Satch will be 77 this year.
There you go. He's got 6 years on me. Good.
Yeah.
I'm still somebody's junior, but I digress. JJ, we got you in, man. By the way, I think the last time I ever talked to you, and you don't remember this, but I got to help cover some Ohio State basketball games back when you were around with Bob Baptist, I think was the beat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I remember y'all played in, but it wasn't a play-in game. Y'all played in Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Did y'all win or lose that game?
Which one? We won one.
Yeah, you won one. Yeah, that's right. But my point is, it was after a loss. But my point, I just remembered you were one of those guys that you didn't like losing, but it didn't make you an inhuman being. If you follow my drift, you still answered questions, even though it was tough as hell and stuff. And I've always admired, I've never gotten to hardly ever get to see you, but I always admired you for that. So you've had an admirer all these years you didn't even know about.
I appreciate you saying that, man. I'll be honest though. I was devastated in the locker room, and actually T-Dial still makes fun of me to this day. All the guys make fun of me to this day because I was crying hysterically before that interview. I could not stop crying, and I was so devastated that we lost.
Yeah.
It still chokes me up to this day, to be honest.
Wow.
But yeah, man. But I appreciate you saying that too.
But you remember playing in the NCAA tournament's my point, right?
I do.
How much would it hurt Bruce Thornton's legacy if he never gets that shot? He's about to become the all-time leading scorer in Ohio State basketball history, barring calamity, right? He needs 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing as we're talking here, they're playing at Penn State tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have another regular season game against Indiana is that Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's a weekend for sure.
Anyway, I can look that up on my phone, but I'm too lazy. But the bottom line is, Bruce Thornton, how much does he need to get to the NCAA tournament to formalize he's always going to have a spot in Ohio State basketball history, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that faux pas I almost had there?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Everyone does it.
Yeah. But how much does he need? How much does he need to get to the NCAA tournament? Just Bruce himself. Everybody on that team wants to go play in the NCAA tournament. Let's don't be stupid here.
I think first and foremost, I think his legacy is solidified. You know what I mean? Bruce is going to go down as one of the best players to ever play. Wear the scarlet and gray. He's a phenomenal person. He's a four-year leader, 4-year captain.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't hear about those too much, especially in this day and age. So, he stuck it out when he didn't have to. He could have left.
Yep.
He could have went somewhere else. He stuck it out. So his legacy is solidified. He is bona fide one of the greats to ever wear the scarlet and gray. Now, to be able to say that he made it to the NCAA tournament after all of that would be,
Yeah.
I mean, words can't even describe what that would be like for him, his legacy, and for this program.
A just reward.
He's just, I mean, he doesn't even know it because he hasn't ever experienced it. So
Correct.
to be able to say that he's done it once he gets there, when he gets there, because I feel really confident that we're going to make it. It'll just, it'll just take it to beyond levels.
Explain something to me.
Mm-hmm.
The game at Iowa, was that middle of last week? I'm trying. Yeah. And then the game against Purdue. Here's the way I summed it up myself on Twitter. This team has not been whole, WHOLE, almost all season in one form or fashion. Guys banged up, like you heard Jake almost in tears talking about how close they were to not having a couple of guys play against Purdue. But I don't know if they got my good buddy Stewie from the football training staff involved in it and too. But boy, they showed up whole on Sunday against Purdue. Dude, you can see what this team can be about, right?
That's the thing. That's the most frustrating part about it, because we do know how good they can be. We do know their capabilities. And, every team goes through, injuries, illnesses. It's just the grind of the season.
Yeah.
The regular season is a grind. But I think that's the most frustrating part, because, if we can come to be whole, WHOLE.
Yeah.
If we could be whole at the end of the season, or even in the Big Ten tournament, man,
right,
nobody is going to want to play us.
Yeah.
Nobody in the country. And I stand by that. I've said that several times, 1,000 different ways. Nobody's going to want to play a team like that in March, because we do know how capable we are.
Yeah.
But without a lot of depth, this team plays 6.5 players, it feels like. And so Tilly has to come with 9 or 10 or 11 points and the same number of boards. But when you got 4 scorers and you got Tilly staying in the game, and if Bynum doesn't get in foul trouble, like you said, I agree with you. Let's go one step further before we get to the tournament. Where is your confidence in Jake Diebler, and has he now earned the next season?
He's already earned the next season.
That's
nothing against your question, but I'm tired of answering that, because
you can backhand him if you want, man.
No. It's not Clay. It's just a question, period, because he is the guy for the job. He's the guy for the job. We need to just end that discussion a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Passion is coming out,
and
I love it.
It's really it does frustrate me a little bit, because I'm gonna take it back. I was on the Buckeye Cruise last week. We raised over $4.5 million for
Unbelievable
cancer research at the James.
Yeah.
Ryan Day was on the ship. Ryan Day has dealt with some of these similar things before.
Yeah.
Not really, at the same level, but like a lot. And he says something that I didn't really think that coaches really would admit. He said that everybody plays a part. Everybody has a role. That means the players, the coaches, the coaching staff, the support staff, fans,
administration,
everything, administration, everybody plays a role. But when he talked about the fans, he said, every comment you make on Twitter, every time you leave an IG post, every time you say something underneath, we see that, and it affects us. And he didn't say let me take that back. He didn't say it affects us, but he said we see it and it matters.
Yeah,
it matters.
Same thing.
So it affects, you know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
And like, people want us to do well, but they want to constantly badger and like just
berate the coach.
Yeah, man.
I got a buddy like that, but I won't name him right now.
We're not above criticism. We're not above accountability, but like at the end of the day, man, let the man do his job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let him do his job. And then at the end of the season, if we feel a certain way, decisions need to be made. However, that's how that goes. But like in the midst of the battle, people don't realize how long and how much of a grind the Big Ten regular season is, man. It's not like it's not like too many other. I played in the SEC. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot different. These coaches are well prepared. We have some of the best coaches, top to bottom, in the country. And like preparing is a lot. And to be able to prepare when guys are sick, guys are hurt, guys can't play, man, that's a lot. And it's a grind.
Yeah.
Let him do his job. That shouldn't be something that we have to deal with. That should be just throw that shit away.
That's what drives me. Dude,
So
I've been in the media my 50-something years. But that's what's driven me. I mean, I've become almost cynical about some things. And one of which is in this present age with Twitter, social media, X, not Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, whatever. It's like every game is a referendum. Referendum means this decides something, Well, yeah, it does. From a cumulative standpoint, it does. But I'm with you. Number one, I don't sense from the movers and shakers realm of Ohio State basketball, you know what I mean? The guys who actually put their money on the barrelhead, that there is a sentiment to get rid, for example, of Jake Diebler. There hasn't been. They really like this guy. I know Ross Bjork really likes him. I mean, there's the athletic director would be the spokesman for the lynch mob if there was one. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But there isn't that. But there are people who think there is because of the results, one way or the other. They're not willing to let. It's like somebody who writes books or songs for a living. They're not letting him even complete his song.
Listen here, man. Let's be honest. In the NIL era, Ohio State doesn't match NIL to other Big Ten schools that are competing for championships and things like that. That's one. Fans can do that. So you want us to have a better team? Put your money where your mouth is and get to it. The second thing is, let's be honest. I've played against countless Big Ten players throughout my professional career when I played. T. Dowles has, Jaquel has, all my teammates have played against all the big guys' names in the Big Ten throughout that we play with. Almost always they say that Ohio State, the Schottenstein Center, is the easiest place to play.
Right.
Stand up, cheer, get loud.
Be accounted
for.
Get
out of your seat and let's cheer. I'm always the one standing up being stupid, looking silly, standing up every play.
Right.
I wish more people did that.
Yep.
Somebody's actually told me to sit down so that they couldn't see before.
Well, you are 6'6",
I understand that, but listen, I'm at a basketball game, man. They want the next thing they're going to tell me to do is be quiet. So, I think I'm not calling out the fans. I think we have a great fan base. What I'm saying is, our fan base they have a part. Play your part. Do a better job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
want Jake to do a better job. You want Junie to do a better job. You want Bruce to do a better job. We can all do a better job. Do your part.
Yeah. You know what's funny is the criticism about the shot ever since it was built was it was too big. They put the ice hockey rink in there also and blah blah blah. But I've always said this about the shot.
It can get loud though.
But it's a different place when it's full. Mm-hmm. That's my point.
Yep.
But Sunday it was full or pretty close, right? Totally different, intimidating place.
Yeah, man.
You can't put 19,000 in St. John. Now, St. John was a bandbox. People were right on top of you. But my point is, Cameron Indoor Stadium's not a dump, but it's not, it's no great shakes.
Yeah.
But boy, do they have a home court advantage. And the shot, when you get 19,000 in there who give a damn, it's a hell of a place, right?
It can get loud. So that was going to be my next point. We've seen what it does, what it can be like.
Yes.
If we can get that on a consistent basis. Now, listen, I understand football is king. I get it.
There's 2.2 million people live in the Columbus metro area.
I understand that. Exactly. There's a lot of people, and we don't have a pro team. So, let's come out, let's support all season. Not after we know where we're going in the bowl championships and things like that.
Yeah.
Let's support from day one. Let's do it from day one. Let's get some NIL money in here, and let's really see what Jake can do, because Jake has a McDonald's All-American coming in next year.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're 12th, maybe even farther down than that in NIL. So, he knows how to recruit. He knows how to get guys to buy in. We just need.
They messed up on Sunday then because they should have passed the plate like a Southern Baptist, thing, passed the plate. Yeah, for the five star.
Can't leave until we get.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask though, So getting back to what I said a while ago, my premise, we saw this team as a whole, finally, WHOLE, and they were able to put it in the whole, HOLE, when they needed to. My point is, like you're saying, the guy I've been waiting to see really just spread his wings and blossom, and by that I mean throw his weight around is Tilly. Because I just always thought the last several years they've just been missing that guy in the middle, man. Who, I mean, they've had some quote big guys, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Like your brother used to like in the paint. How tall was Jared?
6'8", 6'9".
He's still 6'8", 6'9", right?
About 6'7" now.
Yeah, but he played like he was 7 foot. You understand what I'm saying? You can be what you want to be. I thought Tilly had a great presence in the paint on Saturday. He didn't get as good a what's the other kid's name? I never can say his name right.
Nagovin.
Nagovin. You know, I didn't think he had his best moments, but he has had a few. But they really need that guy to step up. But for them to be that guy, that team that can make a run, do they have that guy? Can they get that out of those guys, you think, JJ?
I think that Tilly and Yvonne can bring a physical presence that sometimes that has been inconsistent during the season. I think that those guys can be consistently physical, they can consistently rebound, and they can consistently protect the basket. I think if we do those things, I've said that all year. I think our Achilles heel right now, we play pretty good defense. We play really good defense, but your defense is only as good as you rebounding the basketball at the end. And we have to rebound the ball. We cannot give up second chance, third chance opportunities. And that falls on that falls on everybody, but it really falls on Tilly. It falls on Amari. It falls on Dev. And it falls on Yvonne if when Yvonne gets his chance out there and things like that.
Yeah.
But like if we rebound the ball, man, we're able to run. We're able to get up and down. And that's when we're at our best.
Hey, they don't have Jared's booty though.
No, they don't.
That's,
they don't.
I mean,
I call it the hula hoop move.
Y'all should see him play now, man. Homeboy boxes out even crazier now. And he doesn't even get off the ground to get these rebounds.
Hey, can we see his games? I mean, are they on YouTube or are they somewhere around?
They're on YouTube sometimes. The club he's playing for now doesn't have much of a social media presence.
Gotcha.
Some of the ones that he's had in the past has.
I know I've watched him.
For whatever reason, I go to check every time. They're on YouTube Live. Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's not.
Yeah. Go ahead though, Clay. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
who do you relate to? Who's most like you? I think you're twice or three times the player Devin Royal is, but similar height. But you're a leaper. I just
don't tell Dev you said that, man.
No,
Dev would get mad about that.
But I know, and I went. I went to Dev's signing and the whole bit. But when he comes and he brings it, who's the X factor? Who has to? I guess they all. I mean, they all have to.
I think they
double
all have
digits.
I think when you're running a tight ship, you know what I'm saying. We don't have a lot. We don't have a ton of depth, so I think everybody has to bring it, right? Dev is definitely one of those people that you think about when he plays well, we play well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys got to understand that what's needed of them at the time, though. You know what I mean? Dev can score the ball, and I love when Dev scores the ball. We play very well when Dev scores the ball.
Okay.
But we play even better when he rebounds the basketball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think
be a two-way player.
He's got to be a two-way player. He's got to stay out of foul trouble too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amari as well.
Yep.
If Amari can stay on the floor, we don't need him to hit those shots. We love when he hits those shots.
He hits threes.
We don't need him to though. All we need him to do is be out there.
Are you saying Amari, give it up?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying let it fly, homeboy. But listen, if you're gonna let it fly, make sure you stay out of foul trouble. Make sure you rebound that basketball. I think that's what we need more.
Everybody,
you know what I mean? We need that more consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these guys, listen. These guys are. I appreciate what you just said.
Yeah.
I respectfully disagree. These guys are way better than I ever was. But like, I understood what the time was. You know what I mean? I understood that. Like, hey, we got Bruce Thornton. We got Junie. We got to get these guys shots. These guys should never not be taking shots. You know what I mean? I had T. Dials. I got T. We got T. That was the ball. You know what I mean? I didn't need to take a lot of shots.
Yeah.
We had Ron Lewis. I wasn't supposed to take a lot of shots. And I think I'm not telling these guys. Listen, little old me, man. I'm just a guest on a podcast.
You had
right?
the duck
you know
walking in the door here, man.
But
What
listen,
are you talking about, little old me?
But I'm just saying, I'm not telling these guys not to shoot. And I'm not telling these guys that to shy away from scoring the basketball. I'm just saying, make sure you're doing your job.
Play your role.
JJ,
Sure
what did it do for Bynum though? When what's the kid's name?
Tayson Chapman.
Tayson Chapman. I call him Tayson Artist Gilmore Chapman because of his hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's distinctive. Of course, Artist Gilmore was a foot taller than him, you know, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's got that 1970s ABA look.
He does.
I like that a lot, by the way. That's not a slam. That's the opposite of a slam. He could have been in that Will Ferrell movie. But when he gave up the ball to the corner to Bynum and Bynum stroked that three, what does that do for a guy?
Oh, it does everything. It does everything. And, you know, he was doing his work early.
Yeah.
He got the ball in his pocket. Really good pass from Tayson. But that does everything for him. But like, I don't want it to get lost as if I'm saying that didn't help us, because it absolutely did.
I know what you're fixing to say. Yeah.
Timely shot.
Right.
However, that's not going to get us the run that we need when we do make it to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly.
Those shots are going to be there. They're always going to be there. We need guys to rebound the basketball so that we can run, so that we can get opportunities like that for everybody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what I think. Coach Mata, he harped on certain things, right? A lot. Getting back on defense. I remember the only reason why I remember this because I'm trying to get my 10-year-old to sprint the floor on defense on both ends, really. But I was thinking about, like, man, how did Coach Mata get us to do that? We literally we sprint the floor and then turned around and pointed at the next guy in line every day in practice. And so he harped on that. We never had a problem getting back on defense. You're good at what you emphasize. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, we need to emphasize rebounding that basketball so that we can get out and run. That's the number one thing for me.
The reason I was just brought up Bynum is because I think we've watched him, you know, incrementally get better. Yeah. I mean, you know, young guy, incrementally get better, get lost a few times, make a stupid foul every now and then. It's like Devin. I mean, Devin. The only criticism I would have of Devin at this point is near the end of some games, he's just kind of had some dumb plays. Yeah. The only way you can put it, like against Virginia, and even the other day against Purdue, it's like I think he inbounded and then just ran over a guy. I mean, you know what I mean. But you learn. But the thing is, it's like in hockey. As long as your plus minus is plus, you know, it's pretty good. But my point is about Bynum. He's not the same player he was 2 months ago. You know what I mean? So they're going into the tournament with a guy who's much more mature than he was 2 months. You understand what I'm saying? You're not the same guy you started out the year as. Yeah. And I think anybody can see, like I said, I keep going back to this, the team as a whole, when they've got that group out there, man, it's pretty. I mean, when Tilly's playing hard and well, it's pretty, like you said, impressive. They can make a run as long as it doesn't go deep into their depth situation. Go ahead.
Amari is scary.
Yes, he is.
He was a deer in headlights at the beginning of the
Yes, he was.
He was a step behind. And, you know, that's what happens to a freshman. You know what I mean? The freshmen getting lost in the sauce. They got to learn a new system. They think they're playing hard. They think they've been playing hard up to this point. You have no idea.
Is it because they're thinking more than they're playing?
Absolutely.
Is that
absolutely? And it's just faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're trying not to make a mistake. You're trying to do your job. Oh, by the way, I'm playing some guy that's like fourth in the NBA draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a lot. And he is a different player than he was 2 months ago, and that's what's scary. And he's very capable of even taking it to another step, and he will take it to another step. That's where this NCAA tournament is all about, man. You know what I mean? That's where dreams are made, and he's one of those ones.
2 years ago, when Jake was asked to take over with like 7 or 8 games left, and then they made that little run in the Big Ten tournament, Bruce Thornton became a different player.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't a real fan. Is not the right term. I wasn't that enamored with his.
You weren't sold.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on him, and all of a sudden he kind of like just took ownership, but also he made plays. You know, a guy can take ownership and still not be able to shoot, you know, hit the side of a barn. But he made plays and stuff. And ever since that time, you've seen him progress into now, dude. Maybe I'm just weird. You probably, I don't know if you even do that. Even on watching on television, I watch guys without the ball, meaning I watch what they're doing. Sunday against Purdue, Bruce Thornton, you could see he made up his mind before the game. I'm going to be everywhere on the court at once, whatever it takes. We're getting this win.
Desperation.
Yeah, yes.
Desperation, man.
But physicality.
Dude, he rebounded. He's posted. He's fronting a guy in the paint. I mean, right on down the line. I mean, that says something about that young man, right?
Absolutely, man. And that's what I'm trying. That's what, man, you get me excited because that is exactly what is to come.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
We will see a totally different basketball team these next two games. I truly believe that.
If they play with the same,
I think they will. I don't think it's an if. I think they will.
It's a different team.
It's going to be a totally different team. And I swear to God, if you guys make me look stupid on here and don't show up tonight, these guys are going. They have a different. They're just going to have a. They got the monkey off their back.
Yes,
right?
bingo.
You know what I mean? They got that win,
including Jake Diebler.
Yeah, they got that win. So now it's like, okay, guys, let's build on this. We've done this, no step backwards. Now right. They're gonna start building. And you're gonna start seeing a different mode, a different gear in every single one. And like the great thing about that is when that starts to happen, you start to cut all the fat out of your steak, right?
Yes.
So now when guys start to veer off, they're like, nah, come over here, man. We're over here. We're doing this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's when that team starts to build that chemistry that can take you a nice little way in March, man. I'm telling you, I feel it. I see it coming.
I agree. I see a team come.
Yeah.
I think a team can come together from a seminal moment. I thought that game against Purdue was a seminal moment. You can't have your back against a wall any tighter than what the Buckeyes did going into Sunday.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, of course, Diebler's been Painter's worst nightmare. What? He's
3-0.
Any 3-0
against 3-0 against it.
So maybe it's just Purdue. Like Michigan State used to beat Ohio State in football, but you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
No, you don't know where I'm going. But bottom line is, some teams just have the other team's number. But I don't believe that. You still got to put the ball in the hoop. You still got to rebound. I was so impressed by the intensity defensively in that game, and then just like against Wisconsin. See, we've seen this act before. Just like against Wisconsin, because any good team's going to make a run on you.
Absolutely.
The way they stiffened and threw it back, and then that three from Bynum was so huge at the moment. That just, man, you know, like you're just saying, you just somehow or another, it doesn't matter whether we see it, it's whether they see it.
I think they
out on the court, and whether when they watch the replay of it, okay, yeah, that's what we can be.
Yeah.
I mean, golly, I'm sorry I'm getting all the hair on the back of my neck's raising because I do think something's rising here.
But Purdue went from 8 of 14 from 3 in the first half to Ohio State playing defense in their chest. You know, when you've made a play and you pound and it's like, come on now, let's see what you. Now let's see you go 8 for 14 in the second half.
Yeah, they showed up.
And they did. And they're bombing and they're missing. And they're not 2 strides away. They're right there.
I'll tell you what, guys understood the assignment. They said we are not going to lose, and they just refused to lose.
Right.
They refused to lose. And when that starts to happen, other things start. I think it's a chemical imbalance in the brain or something. But like once that stuff starts to happen, and you start to see the fruits of your labor, or you become successful in a situation that we haven't been successful up to this point, right? So now you start to see what works, what didn't work, and now you start to say, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to do it. And I know they're going to come out. Now, listen, does that mean we're going to make every shot and we're going to get every rebound? No, basketball is not like that.
Yeah. All bounce is funny.
Teams know what's coming now. We kind of got a target on our back right now, right? So like they know what's coming. So like Penn State is going to try to ruin everything that we just built last game, right? And they're good for that. They're known for that, right?
Yeah.
But I think this time around, guys understand that, okay, this is what needs to be done. Let's do this. Instead of I'm gonna do it my way, or I'll get us there. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for Bruce to get in somebody's chest, like not the opponent, somebody else's. Like, hey man, this is what we're doing. We're doing this when guys start to veer off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying veer off in a way that like there's a problem or issue. That's just basketball. That's team dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Everybody veers off every once in a while. Bruce bringing them back, guys bringing them back, like, nah, huddle up. This is what we're doing. I'm telling you, man, that's coming. That's what's next.
Don't overplay, as the old saying goes. I mean, do your job, whatever. And the great thing about basketball is the jobs kind of change from one possession to the next. You know, who's got the ball in his hands? Who ends up with the ball? Who ends up in the corner with 10 seconds left on the clock? Are you gonna get jumped by a double team or whatever you want to call that? And is somebody gonna go to you? Or they're just gonna stand there waving wide open? Where you can't. All these little things add up. In my opinion, that's what I saw that team play with, a chemistry the other day that I really liked. It there was with a few exceptions, because like you said, the ball bounce is funny. With a few exceptions, everybody was into the team aspect of it. And I thought Tayson Chapman's pass was indicative of that, because you can say, well, he should have gone ahead and gone up and drawn the foul, but you know what? He got, if you go back and watch, he got descended on, and he's in the midst of it. He's not afraid to take a shot.
No, not at all.
Not that young man, but he was in the midst of it. He felt what it was like, and then he sees a guy wide open, and he gets the ball to him, and now it's up to Bynum to stroke it. No three is ever a guarantee, but my point is the awareness he had on the court, and that play was sort of improvised. I forgot who got the ball at the top, who got it to him and stuff, but that play was but that's a team that is feeling it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean I'm hitting my threes. They're feeling what everybody else is doing.
Absolutely.
And that's, I get excited about that, because you can see teams. That doesn't mean they're not going to run into a whirlwind somewhere. Just like up at Michigan State the week before, they put that Kohler kid in there just to beat on Tilly, and he finally fouled out. I'm talking about Michigan State did. That was his mission. That kind of bums me out that can be part of basketball.
Man, that's Izzo basketball, man.
I know.
Izzo is always going to try to out-tough you. He's
Yeah.
always going to put the shoulder pads on, the helmets, and play a little bit tougher than.
But Ohio State got a little gassed in the second half. I don't know if you understand me, but now if you face them in the tournament, you know what they're about.
Yeah, you don't want to. I'm telling you, you don't want to face us. You
Yeah.
don't want to face us in the tournament.
Yeah.
It's coming. I think going back to T-Chats, I've been texting with him and I've been talking with him.
Who's that?
Chapman.
Yep.
And he's got some DMPs this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
explained to him I wanted him to stay ready. And I think that he's been an unsung hero in all of this, because
He's a player.
he has remained ready. Not only has he remained ready, but he doesn't have an agenda.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's been an ultimate team guy, a glue guy that can
Glue
put
guy.
the ball in the hole when
Yes, he
needs to,
can.
right?
Yes.
So like when you start to get guys like that, man, when you start to see guys like that might not have the greatest outlook on how his personal situation is going at the moment. You know what I mean? When you start to get guys like that buying in from jump, when their number does get called, that is the result of a good locker room culture.
And now with Diebler. So that's the point. You see guys come along, just like in hockey or any other sport, see guys come along that deserve maybe even more time, which means somebody else has to play fewer. How do you handle that as a coach, JJ? Or do you think everybody on the team, like in football, it kind of becomes obvious who's producing, not just points, but who's producing defensively, who's doing their job.
Right.
It becomes obvious to everybody, right? But does it become touchy at this point in the year and stuff if somebody has to sit a little bit more while another guy plays?
It's got to be. And
how do you handle it, I guess?
In the makeup of, the current situation of college basketball and college athletics as a whole, when you take in, NIL money, when you take in the transfer portal, it just makes it probably even harder.
Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, man, you got to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And you got to realize that, it's not just about me. And if you got guys in the locker room that truly buy into that, then it just becomes, it is what it is. I might not like it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to still fight for my spot, but I gotta respect it. And I think that's where guys are that may have been playing earlier in the season, might find their minutes dwindling a little bit now. It just is what it is, man. We got a job to do and we got to get it done.
When you get your shot, go in there and take care of business.
When
don't
your
press.
Number gets called, when your number gets called, you do your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
You were a really good player in high school, if anybody ever told you that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Man.
How did you handle it moving to college where there were a lot of pretty good players? How did you have to sit down with yourself one day and just go, I don't want to give up on, I think I'm pretty good, but I got to buy in?
That's a good question. It's funny. I told you it's Jared's birthday today.
Yeah.
So we were talking early this morning. It's late at night for him, early the morning for us. And we were talking about, just the new generation and what that looks like and like how these kids are, made up and their minds and things like that. And Jared hit the nail on the head. He said, Jay, I hear you, bro, but like we were different because Dad made us do exactly what he asked of us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it was just always instilled in us. And so like if a coach asked me to go sit down in the corner and knock on the door the whole time, that's ridiculous, right? But like if a coach told me he didn't want me taking shots, it just was what it was, man. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And I was gonna be ready for when it was my turn to shoot. But nah, man, it was, I played with some pretty good guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I played with some really good guys that could put the ball in the hole and that needed the ball a lot more than I did. That's the other thing. I didn't need the ball a lot. So,
but you were coach's son. I mean, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different, but yeah, man, you got to swallow that pride, man, for the betterment of the team, man. It's not something that's easy, but it had to be done.
But today, man, these guys have got agents. Everybody's got that was a forbidden word. I don't know if you remember correctly or not. Back in your day.
Yep, absolutely.
Everything
that
I always say.
For Jake Diebler, Ryan Day and stuff, they're dealing with that. I mean, not just parents upset. They're dealing with my guy's got to get his, and Ohio State football, I know because I've known it for a long time. They try to recruit the right kind of guys, and they can kind of pick and choose to a certain extent. But you still want that, if you can get Jesse Owens on your track team, you got a better track team. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You got to go after the big time star. Yeah. But how would you? I don't know. I asked this of Ryan in a press conference last year and stuff. It's more of a statement than a question, but he could write a book on the new way of being a major college football head coach. Because when he took over in 19, they got screwed by Clemson, by the officials against Clemson that year. Probably could have played LSU for the national championship. My point is, took over, saw the highs. Then the very next year, COVID hits. Mm-hmm. The year after that, NIL and the transfer portal come along.
Three-headed monster.
It's not the same game that Woody Hayes coached.
It's not.
And Jake Diebler is dealing with it from ground zero also, although he got to coach, as an assistant in the old days. But I don't know. Would you say you're proud of the way he's handling things? How would you describe that challenge of dealing with guys who have agents, who the agents are going to approach you possibly? Hey, how come, player AB, my man, who I get 25% of, or whatever they get, upwards of 25, which is nuts, by the way.
That's highway robbery.
It is robbery. Yeah. And I'll, if one of them was sitting right here, I'd tell them to their face. Yeah. But how do you, that's a weird thing to deal with as a head coach anymore.
It's a totally different dynamic, man. And it's something that,
because basketball, you guys were stars in high school.
Yeah. I am a component of guys getting paid. I am a product.
A proponent, yeah.
You know, I am a product of the transfer portal, right?
Yes.
I transferred.
But you sat.
I did, but I transferred. So I believe in it. I believe in the transfer portal.
Amen.
I believe in NIL.
Fresh start.
I think there needs to be some guidelines and some parameters around it. Yeah. I think the NIL should be exactly what it is. Name, image, and likeness. It should not be pay for play. How much can you pay me if I come to your school?
Right.
That's not NIL. NIL is you come to the school, you make a name for yourself, and you start to get these endorsements and things like that. That's what name, image, and likeness is.
Yeah.
The portal, I believe kids should be able to leave one time. If you leave one time and you want to leave again, you should have to sit out a year. 4 schools in 4 different years, that's not even good for the kid to begin with. They are missing out completely on the college experience. They're missing out on everything that team sport teaches you from life lessons.
Thank you.
Way beyond school, way beyond your athletics, for life after sports. You're not learning anything.
Yeah.
So, and listen, I transferred. We just talked about it. I went to 3 different high schools. I probably made the transfer portal what it is today. My friends talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But it is
the JJ rule. Go ahead.
It is not the way that it's supposed to be. If you put some parameters around it, some guidelines, if your coach leaves or gets fired, then you get another one, right? Yeah. But 4 years, 4 different schools for just because you just want to bounce around, that's just not it.
Hey, where'd you transfer from, by the way?
University of Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nolan,
dude. Right? You remember what the late great Lou Holt said? You know, that's not the end of the earth, but you can see it from there. I've been to Fayetteville. It's a lot better now that Walmart money has grown,
right,
et cetera. Right. But my point is, when did that hit you that wasn't right? I mean, you didn't feel good, whatever it was, you know, and how tough was that as a young man, even though I'm sure you sought counsel definitely from your dad? How tough was that? Yeah, answer all 3 of those. As Gordon Gee said, I'm the only guy to ask a question and answers at the same time. But how tough was that to make that decision? Because you know, like you said, you guys are from good stock. I mean, and part of that stock means, quote, commitment. And I know high school wise, your movement was not necessarily of your doing,
right?
You know what I mean? Things happened.
Yeah.
But go ahead. How do you make that? Where'd you come to in your mind? I got to make a move. And then how difficult was it to then do it?
First and foremost, I would have never left the University of Arkansas if Nolan Richardson hadn't got fired. Yeah. So I was committed.
40 minutes of hell.
I was very committed to him. And being an African-American in Fayetteville, Arkansas, even back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
If you were a track prospect, a really, really good academic student, and you were a person of color, you met Nolan Richardson. You didn't meet the chancellor. You didn't meet the president. You didn't meet the AD. You met Nolan Richardson.
I hear you. Yeah.
So when he left, it changed everything. So I would have never left had he not gotten fired. But since he did, it wasn't the place for me anymore. Even with that being said, it was really hard leaving my teammates. And I kind of kick myself sometimes because I didn't keep up with them as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
But I always remember that, like, you know, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the ways that people keep up with each other wasn't thin back then, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But man, those are my brothers, man. I keep in touch with a lot of them to this day. The only one NBA player I played with ever in my career was Gennaro Pargo, who was the point guard there his senior year, my freshman year. So it was tough. But it was necessary, right?
Yeah.
I can't say that the way guys do it now is the way that I would do it. I wouldn't have done it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too much. Let's talk about it. It's too much of a grind. And these kids are missing it. And I think that's the one thing, you know, and we got some guys that have been around for a while on our current roster, but our teams weren't necessarily made from October to March.
Gotcha.
In fact, they weren't at all.
Yeah.
Those teams are made, those bonds are made, those lifelong friendships are made from April to October.
Oh, yeah.
Those summers are important. And if you're trying to, kids don't get on each other anymore. They don't hold each other accountable.
No.
They don't know how, they don't know each other.
Yeah.
They came around
because they come and go.
We got Puff, who I don't even know when he showed up, but he just kind of like showed up, and and he's doing a great job, and he's trying his hardest, but like,
yeah,
he's not going to have the same impact as me and T Dow's did when we were running the stadium steps at the Ohio Stadium, where guys were throwing up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Those types of bonds, those types of situations is what builds that chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we kind of, teams are missing out on that part. Coaches are missing out on that part. I have no idea how they're dealing with it.
So like Michigan, I think their entire starting lineup was somewhere else a year ago. I mean, there's Maurice Johnson playing at Illinois the other night. That was a hell of a game for Michigan. I mean, they're really good. The big kid was at UCLA, Mara. You know what I mean? Right on down the line, I can name everybody. And yet they're playing, you know what I mean, like a team and stuff. But do you think it's because they're successful? You know what I'm saying? If you get something going early.
Hindsight's always 20/20, man.
Exactly.
Listen, if that team wasn't doing as good as they wanted, as good as they're doing right now, everyone would be calling for Dusty May, saying, "Oh, why are we recruiting these guys?
Exactly.
Let's get some guys that are homegrown, or let's get some guys that have come through the program."
Michigan men. Yeah.
It's great. It's great what they're doing right now. That is a really good basketball
Yes,
team.
it is,
They
man.
are a really good. They are fun to watch. Unfortunately, the only time I got to watch them in person this year was against us at home, and we didn't show up that game. Right?
Yeah.
But
if you let them get on top of you,
that's
look
a
out.
really good basketball team. That front line is crazy. That front line knows how to play the game of basketball the right way.
Yeah.
And they play tough, and they are long.
Yeah.
But that's not sustainable, man.
No, it's
that's not sustainable. They got to figure this out.
Do it every year.
Next year, right?
That's right?
Maybe not next year, but like they have to figure it out year after year. That's not sustainable.
No, it is. It is if you can play 7 years, and that seems to be a thing now. I was watching the end of Vandy Ole Miss last night. I don't recall the Vandy player. He's at his 5th school. I mean, one done. I mean, JUCO here, there, everywhere. It's amazing. It's wrong.
No, it reminded me of what you just said. It reminded me of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. He had this episode one time where he was starting a restaurant, and just before it opened, his chef that he went out to get quit. And so he went out to get this. He ended up with this great chef, but who had Tourette's syndrome. And I'll make it short. Anyway, as the night goes on, people are enjoying themselves, and all of a sudden something went wrong in the kitchen. And Tourette's, it was basically a parody of Tourette's, but the guy just started cursing, and everybody out in the thing could hear it. And Larry's panicking, you know Larry David, you've seen the show at least. He's panicking like, whatever. And all of a sudden, his agent's wife comes through the front door of the restaurant and goes, "Larry David, you bleepity bleep, bleepity bleep," because she's mad at him about something. And then you hear the chef in the back going, "Bleepity bleep, 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 bleep." And then all of a sudden, and Larry's panicking, and all of a sudden somebody at this table goes, "Yeah, you bleepity bleep." And then the whole restaurant starts bleepity bleeping. But here's the thing, JJ. You see Larry David, and he's smiling big. He's got a successful restaurant, and then all of a sudden he kind of goes like this, as in, "We got to do this again tomorrow night."
Figure this out.
And you're right. You're right about it. It's not sustainable.
It's not.
It's sustainable as in not sustainable. It's sustainable if you move from place to place. But if you're a coach and you want to get, I don't know where you go with this, because I agree with you. Limited transfer portal should be limited after your first move. Did you make 2 mistakes? Number 3, they've got to figure out some way, and they've got this going. Nobody's adhering to it. The CSC, they've got this going that they monitor what you're getting from a NIL standpoint and whether it's legit or not, but nobody's playing by the rule.
Nobody's playing by the rules, but like it's just not being utilized.
Or few are.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like, I think that just doesn't fall on the institutions and the NCAA, even though I'm so off the NCAA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like, it starts with all of these handlers, these agents,
Yep.
and everything else. These kids need to start choosing schools wisely, not just the biggest number.
Yeah.
They need to start choosing programs that fit their games.
Yeah.
That, schools that have the right educational tools and resources for what they're trying to accomplish academically. All of these things need to be taken into consideration way before that number.
Yeah.
That number is, I get it. If I was 18, man, when I was 18,
yeah.
I wanted money, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that money is great. And it should be given to these kids. These kids earned it. They
Amen.
deserve it. But they have to get it the right way. And just a bid, like, how much can you pay me? And then you go to the next bidder and then the next bidder until you find the highest bidder. Yeah. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with collegiate athletics.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But basketball's always had this hole, man, the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's different from football.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't
let these guys.
I don't know why you can't. Why can't
let these guys go to the NBA? The ones that are ready to go to the NBA, and
like
then
LeBron.
Once the guys come, make them stay for a certain amount of time.
Now, let me ask you this, because we're running out of time, because I don't want to keep you. You got to go out and make money. Golly, just think about you and your brother and stuff. I mean, NIL had been around then in its present form. I mean, you know what I mean?
I don't like to think about it. My wife thinks about it all
the
time.
Yeah.
But I don't like
you didn't even leave with a nest egg. You didn't, my big thing I wrote about 35 years ago or so, wrote a big column about they should at least put money in annuities for guys. And as long as you stay, you get a certain amount of money. When you leave, you can do whatever. You start a business, whatever you want to do. Even back when you couldn't, quote, pay guys, you could pay backward as opposed to forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember the NCAA News picked that story up like, hey, well, this is different. But, of course, nobody did it. The NCAA kept your beloved NCAA kept kicking that can down the road until the can became a one of those big can of green beans, you know what you see? Yeah. Anyway, but what was I going to ask you? What do you think about this freshman class, though, man? All these guys, I mean, dude, this is crazy how good these guys are.
Yeah, man.
And Caleb Wilson may be coming back this week for, it's going to make a hell of a difference again at
we
Duke.
Had them. We
Carolina.
Had them. Yeah, we had them. I think he's one of the better ones that's going to have a better pro career. That's just my opinion. I like that kid. I'm high on that kid.
Yeah, me too.
But the kid from BYU, now he's talking about staying.
Yeah, DJ.
Now he's talking about
AJ or whatever his name is.
That's what's going to happen next. I think that's what's going to happen next. One of these stars is going to be enjoying college, enjoying the money that they're making,
revenue sharing and NIL,
right?
Yeah.
But the freshman class is one of the best ever.
How do you explain it? You watch. I mean, you keep up with stuff.
Yeah, man. It's just it's just
guys rise occasionally.
Trends, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were drinking.
Yeah.
Water they were drinking or where they were playing, but these guys are good. These guys are really good, and they're leaps and bounds better than the average. So, and let's be honest, they're all NBA ready right now. Now I get it. I get it. I understand that once you open the floodgates, then everybody thinks they're ready.
Oh yeah, you got to go through that. You got to go through
that.
Now,
we've had guys that have gotten drafted come back to school and play basketball at a university. So now, let's just say if they don't get drafted and they don't sign that contract, let them go to school.
Then you have Oakland University had 4, 5, 6 guys who had been there for 3 or 4 years, played like a team. Remember a couple of years ago?
Oh,
I mean, and you're just going like it goes back to what you were talking about before. If you know your role. And everybody plays their role, you're eventually going to run into a team that's got 4 guys who are 6'11" or better. Right. You're going to run into the trees. But it is amazing the diversity you can have from one week to the next in college basketball, isn't it? I mean, this team is a bunch of old guys, and they play together, and they're going to be, Nolan Richardson, 40 minutes of hell. They're going to be in your face from the whistle to the whistle, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it is kind of cool, isn't it?
It is, man. The college basketball experience is great. You know what I mean? The product is great. I mean, it is thriving. It's flourishing right now.
Yeah. And what you were talking about a while ago is though, Bruce Thornton He's making money right now. He didn't go to the NBA, thought about it, but didn't go. But he's making good money right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the other thing is you don't have to like we're talking about quarterbacks in college football. There's some quarterbacks that are going to make more money, except for the signing bonus of being in the NFL. Going to make more money they would have ever made the first 4 years of their NFL career.
I think if we're being honest, I think a lot of guys in these situations, there's only a few that are not making more money now than they will later on.
Yes.
Most of the guys right now are making money that they will never make again. And
Bingo.
I'm just being honest.
You are.
I played overseas. My son plays overseas now. My brother plays overseas. I know what that market is like. These kids are making more money today than they ever will playing the game of basketball. They ever will ever again.
Yeah.
So enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. But like, let's try to figure out a way to make it so that it's more. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. But
no, I know exactly what you're saying. So it has staying power.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I just think that we're doing the kids a disservice.
Yes.
By just allowing them to just make these wild decisions based on these dollar amounts.
Yes.
I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid. Because the moment I say that, people, when I'm on X or when I'm talking, on one of these or something, the very next question is, well, you don't think they should get paid? Absolutely. They should get paid. But it's just in a way that it makes it better for them in the future. Because these kids don't understand what they don't understand, man. They don't know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Finally, I mean, a lot of these guys are adults. Some of them are 20. I'm talking about football even. You got 25, 26-year-olds.
Yeah, but they're not adults.
But
I wasn't an adult when I was 25.
Right. My point is the problem always comes back to the adults. That's the real ones. They can't get their head together because a lot of people are enjoying success. I'm talking about from administrative and everything else. They weren't enjoying 5 years ago before you could get into this free agent market and go buy football teams, the parts you need to make a good football team, et cetera. And it always comes back to the adults. But I'm telling you, the lawyers are involved. Dude, it's hard. It's going to be hard to come up with laws that govern this that aren't going to be challenged forever. Well, when a guy gets his freedom, and that's what a lot of these players have gotten from a portal standpoint, but also NIL standpoint, who are you to tell me that? Let's take Jeremiah Smith, for example. I'm just making up numbers here. If I'm a car dealer, and I think Jeremiah Smith is worth $300,000 to me from a advertising standpoint of getting people in the door. Who are you to tell me he's not? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, but that's what NIL is right there.
Exactly.
That's literally what it is.
That's what it is.
You're taking his name, his image, and his likeness, and you are creating a situation for you to thrive as a business.
And you're remunerating him.
And he can profit. Yes. Before we go, we talked about Satch and Jerry. I want you to talk just about your son and where Julian is right now. Just bring the folks up to date.
Jalen, my oldest son, is playing professionally for his first year, his rookie season in Poland.
What year? What city do you know?
He's in Warsaw. Okay, he's in a good city.
Yeah.
He was before he got hurt, like right around Thanksgiving, like right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But before that, his team they were second in the league. They were picked second to last, and he was leading the league in scoring. So he's trying to get that back. He's trying to get his team back. He's playing really well. Kind of hit his little rookie slump. You know what I mean?
Can you watch him, by the way?
I do get to watch him. Yeah. I watch him every game. I got a little app that I'm able to watch him every game. But he's doing well, man. Julian is at his second season at Duquesne University, coaching with Drew Joyce.
So
they're figuring.
I forgot he was there.
Yeah, man. So he's in a similar situation as Jake. You know, he just was given the reins, kind of in a little bit different scenario, but given the reins, his first opportunity as a head coach. So, man, they're figuring it out. They're doing well. They're kind of like in the middle of the pack of the Atlantic 10 right now, but they're another team that no one's going to want to play, in a conference tournament because you never know what team you're going to get with them.
Yeah,
but, Shout out them Dukes. But and then who else? Jared's playing in China.
Yep.
Yeah. Jaden, my daughter, she's a freshman at San Diego State University. She's going to be so mad.
Oh,
she's going to be so mad that I said that. But she's doing
Why?
well. She just doesn't like attention.
Doesn't like, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Playing hoop.
No, she's not playing sports.
But
She won the flag football championship intramurals though. She
Nice.
did a thing.
Of course.
And then Jordan, she's a sophomore at Thomas Worthington High School playing volleyball. Doing well, thriving.
Does she have your height?
She does.
I don't know why I'm whispering.
She does not. Her mom, their mom is not very tall. So
yeah,
no. But
well, who knows? You may get a spurt.
We'll see. And then my 10-year-old is playing for BTY right now, AAU team. So I'm back in it, man.
Dude, how do you seriously? I mean, you got to make. Do you make 5 phone calls a day? Or what do you? How do you handle staying in touch? I mean, what are the rules of the?
Tim,
obviously, your brother was talking to you this morning.
There's a thing called group chats, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Just throw everybody in the group chat. You just start sending weird dad memes and dad jokes.
Yeah. Wow, man.
I annoy him.
Good for you, man. Yeah, Good for you, JJ. Hey, appreciate you coming on here. Really enjoyed this conversation. Everybody, like I said, anybody in the media, et cetera, we've always admired the Sullinger family, and starting with your dad, and just what a character he was, on top of being a hell of a coach, right? Yeah. And it's just cool. I wanted to ask you this before you go. Mm-hmm. Do you remember your dad at one point giving you and Jared, or just you, in a one-on-one conversation, a man-to-man, man-to-boy, man to whatever it was then, of something just sticks with you, though, that's helped y'all become the young men y'all became?
100%, man. We were at Whitehall High School. I was in 8th grade playing in the Nike League. Shout out Bruce Howard, RIP Bruce Howard.
Yeah.
Playing in the Nike League, and I wasn't having a tough time, but I just wasn't having a good showing that day. And he pulled me off to the side, and we started walking on the track, believe it or not, at Whitehall. And that's when he first told me that he used to sell drugs, and that he didn't want me to be that same guy.
Yeah.
And that he didn't see me going down that path, but like if I continued down the path, he could see maybe I was going down that path.
Yeah.
And, he kind of reeled me in a little bit and just told me that, you have a future in this game of basketball, but everything that you do has to be between your ears. The one thing that I had to work on the most was between my 2 ears. And that always stuck with me. And, he's he has a different way of doing things, especially when you're his son. Things that I don't always agree with, things that I still don't agree with to this day. But I will say that Satch always had my best interest in mind, and I've never, ever, ever questioned if he loved me or not. So, that's my pops, man. So shout out Satch.
Shout out Satch, man. I've got 3 grandkids now. I don't know. I call each one of them the other name. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you deal when he's got as many grandkids as he's got, but I know one thing: he's proud of them, man. Yeah. You're a lot easier on your grandkids than you are on your kids.
He says that all the time, man. He gets to do it right this time. He gets to do it the right way, and he doesn't really have to say no too much.
Yeah,
so, it works out for him.
Good for him, man. Good for you. Good for being from that stock. And did you have one more thing you wanted to say, Clay, before we wrap it up?
No. I just wanted to let him kind of pay tribute to his family.
Yeah,
family's everything.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, Ohio State. Does Ohio State get in the NCAA tournament? What's your call? Before I know what you have to say. I want to hear it from your heart. What do you see in the next week and a half that gets Ohio State in the NCAA tournament?
I think we show up tonight. We definitely need to show up against Indiana.
That's on Saturday, by the way.
What happens at the in the conference tournament is going to happen. You know what I mean? I think we should have a good showing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yes, we get in the NCAA tournament. And I expect us to, be in different sites.
Wow.
So I'm saying we advance to a different site.
Did you see where the NCAA is worried about having those charter aircraft available for everybody?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I guess a charter business. I mean, airplanes are tight, so to speak. It's pretty interesting. I guess that's a good problem to have. But
give
different
us somewhere
sites.
Close, then. Give us somewhere close so we don't have to travel that
That's
far.
right. Get that bus, stop halfway, and get your legs out and stretch and keep moving. But JJ Sullinger, thanks for joining the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, my man.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And ladies and gentlemen, until Friday, we'll see you then. By the way, Clay has left the room. I wanted to let you folks in on a real bargain out there in the world of simulator golf. The Back Nine Golf, which is located at 2820 Fishinger Road in Upper Arlington, has a hell of a holiday box available to you right now. The value is nearly $300, but your price is $150 if you jump online. That's almost 50% off if you jump online at Columbus at theback9golf.com. That's their email address. Their website is theback9golf.com/Columbus-upper-Arlington-OH/ That's a long address, but just write it down a couple times watching it. And you can also call them at 614-362-7888. Parentheses PUTT. P-U-T-T. But the bottom line is one of the new ultra modern simulators that you can find in the greater Columbus area, and it's really right there in the middle of Upper Arlington. I know Tito Thidoff and I hopped in there the other day. I think it was 16 degrees outside. There was snow and ice everywhere, and we played Pebble Beach, and we did it in less than an hour. So it's one of the great bargains going out there, and with this holiday box, you get 1 month of Birdie membership. You get Back Nine branded golf balls. You get cozy Back Nine beanie, and you get premium Back Nine towel. So that's a hell of a deal because basically it's unlimited golf. It's 24/7. You get a code to get you in the door, and then you can go from there. And it's definitely fun. It's the premises are pristine. I know we had a great time. We even played closest to the hole, a few shots on number 7, famed number 7 short par 3 at Pebble Beach the other day, and had a great time doing it. So if you're looking for that last minute gift for a golfer that you love, or yourself that you love, that you're a golfer, nothing wrong with giving yourself a gift at this time of the year. That's the Back Nine Golf holiday box, and it's only a limited time, and there, as you can imagine, there are only a few available. Quantities are tight, so check in at theback9golf.com.